Well, hello there, riders. How we doing? I'm Jason. Welcome back to Real Time Rides. Got another one here for you. On my way in on my commute. Let's go ahead and roll camera. Let's do this. Exciting stuff. Second video on the channel. Feeling good about it. Been getting a lot of great feedback from you all. Thank you so much. I love that. I actually created a Discord channel. This channel falls under the Heiny House Entertainment umbrella of content. So I created that channel in there. It's a text channel, so we can discuss things and talk about things. So I'll leave a link for that in the description below, and I'll leave it in there moving forward for other videos. So let's do this. Let's have some fun. We're on SR 187, and I'm going to move over to the 10. We're going to hit the I-10, the iconic and dangerous I-10. We're going to be heading north on the I-10. And we'll see what kind of, crazy shenanigans we have on there. It's our first time being on the 10. Look at these absolutely beautiful mountains and hills here. It's so beautiful. I love this drive out here. Two-lane road here. Pretty narrow. There's really no shoulder at all. There's a few turnouts you can see here and there, but not a whole lot in terms of if you break down or have an issue out here, you don't have a lot of room to pull over. It's very dangerous in that regard. So if you're on roads like this and you do have a breakdown or an emergency, you really should just continue to try to find safe space to pull off. I know that can be difficult if you have maybe a blowout or a flat tire. Just baby it along, turn on your hazards, and baby the car to any of these turnouts that you see here. Here's one up here. There's little areas on the left and right. Just try to pull over there safely. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing that, what you don't want to do is drive your car onto any vegetation, especially out here in the desert. As you can see on the right and left, all the plants are very dry. It's a high risk of fire. The underside of your car is extremely hot. You have headers that run down there. You have exhaust pipes that run back there, and they're hot. You got your catalytic converter that's under there. It's very hot. And if you park on top of any dried plants, bushes, shrubs, anything like that, it can catch on fire and it will ignite. So be very careful, very cautious. It's kind of one of those things you don't think about when you're in the moment of having an emergency in your car and you're just trying to pull over. You may want to pull over to the first available spot, but really just take a deep breath. Don't panic. Hit your hazards, slow down, and just look for a safe place to pull off. It's definitely worth your safety and other safety, and of course, saving your car. I've seen many videos online on YouTube. In fact, with law enforcement even, I've seen one as recently as last year, or maybe I guess it was 2 years ago. But there was a police chase, and the officer pulled over into some vegetation after traveling well over 100 miles an hour trying to catch somebody who was speeding. And when they did, they pulled into some dry plants and their cruiser just caught on fire. So it's very dangerous. And that's an SUV. That was a Tahoe, so much higher than your standard passenger car, 2 4-door car. There's some dips here in this road, as you can see. These areas can flood. Usually there's signs that state that don't enter while flooding. Just don't do it. See, as you can see on the left and right hand side, there's like dirt and rocks and debris. When we get rain and monsoons out here, those areas flood. It can be completely flat with water, and you don't know how deep it is, but I guarantee you it's deeper than the top of this car, so you don't want to go in there. If there's any roads that are flooded or they look flooded and there are signs saying don't go in there, just don't go in there. Something to keep in mind. Alright, so we're coming up here to the I-10 on-ramp. We're just getting down to business, aren't we? We're just jumping in, getting down to business. As we know, the correct way to get onto a freeway is to do what? Put your foot into the throttle. Just put your foot into it and get up to speed. I have my signal on, right signal on, stating my intention of getting on the freeway. I see I have a minivan in front of me. Hopefully they kick it into high gear, making my right-hand turn. I'm putting my foot in. And I'm going to try to be at speed. This van is not doing that. That's okay. We're getting there.
Hazard reported ahead.
Waze is telling me a hazard. I have my left turn signal on. This van should be going a little faster. This is a 75 mile an hour freeway. We are currently going 65, so 10 under is not acceptable. I'm going to signal. I'm checking my blind spot. I'm going to get in front of this van into the passing lane. Cruise control is now going to be set at 79. Once I clear this van, I'm going to signal right, check my blind spot, and get over. I am not currently passing any cars, so I need to be in the right-hand lane. Let this VW pass. Cruise control set at 79. And that is sort of a dicey way to get onto the freeway. I've had worse, but also wasn't great. We need to make sure we are at least the speed limit of the freeway when we enter the freeway. 75 is I-10. We need to be at 75. When traveling on a freeway, you need to be in the right-hand lane unless you're passing. I'm going to go ahead and kick off cruise control because these cars in front of me are not going the speed that I am. They're probably going right at 75, which is acceptable, so I'm going to back off just a hair. Let these cars on the left pass. On freeways, the left-hand lane, lane number 1, is for passing. I see this right SUV, their signal is on, great attention early, I like that. I have plenty of room to get in front of them, so I stayed here to allow them the space behind me. Now, obviously, I see a big rig here, 18-wheeler, that is going 55. That's cool. Trucks are limited to certain speeds. They are not held to the same speed requirements that cars are. It usually will say on freeways what that is. Now, as you see here, I'm not panicking. I'm kind of kicking back, waiting for a gap. I do have a gap. Left turn signal, checking my blind spot, making my turn. I'm clear to do so, but I have my pedal to the floor. I need to get back up to 75 and get in front of this big rig here. Now I'm going to set my cruise control back up to what I was, 79. Let's see how fast this GMC is going to go. They're going a little bit slower, so I'm going to go ahead and pass them. 79, kicked on cruise control. We're looking good here. Checking my rear view, everything's good. I don't have anybody, I'm not obstructing anybody right now. My clearance on the right there is good. I have enough room to get back over. Right turn signal, checking my blind spot, and I'm going to make my right lane merge. Signal off, and I'm back into lane number 2. Looking good here. We're just jumping right in, folks. We're going in. What have we seen already? We've seen the on-ramp, getting on the 10. We saw an overtake of an 18-wheeler. We talked about lane number 1 being a passing lane. Lane number 2 here is for cruising. Oh, and by the way, I say lane 1 and lane 2. It's from the furthest left to the right. So lane number 1 will be the furthest one on the left. So if you have 3 lanes there, you'll have the furthest left will be lane 1, the middle lane will be lane number 2, and the right lane will be lane number 3. I don't think I've mentioned that yet. Just so you hear when I talk about lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever have you, that's what I mean, and that's how you ID them. So we're looking good here. I'm still set cruise control 79 in lane number 2. We're rocking it here. It is July 5th. It's a Saturday. I expect traffic to be lighter today because it's a holiday weekend. Everyone's been taking a long 3-day weekend for Independence Day. So I anticipate the roads to be a little less cluttered. At least on my journey so far, I'm not really noticing that. Sometimes on holiday weekends, it's just completely empty and dead out here, which is nice. Wow, is that a dual? Is that a dual no signal right there? I think that's a first. At least for real-time rides, both cars went into lane number 1, no signal. That's a first. Is there an award, a bell, or a ding? I'm disengaging cruise control, left-hand turn, checking my blind spot, making my turn. I'm safe to do so. I see that this van wants over. I'm still going at speed. I'm going to try to get in front of them, safely do so. There they go, making their lane change because of that brown Chevy over there going well under the speed limit. Very dangerous. In a way, obstructing traffic. All right, Waze telling me we have an object on road. So when I see anything like that, what I'm going to do, in fact, is I'm going to kick back over into my lane number 2. I'm lifting off the throttle. I'm going to slow my speed down a little bit in anticipation for this object. I don't know what lane it's in. It doesn't tell me. I have no idea. But instead of being bunched up close to cars that might hit the object and kick it up into me, I'm going to just fall back a little bit here, just to be safe. Okay, I'm passing the area where they said the object was. I don't see anything. So I'm going to start making my plan to get back in lane number 1 and overtake this Walmart truck here. Which signal is on right now, stating my intention. So this van knows, because I know this van behind me wants to come over too. Watch their signal. They're going to be right behind me very soon. All right. My foot is into it. I'm getting in front of these trucks. Try not to stay next to these trucks. One thing to keep in mind, it's very dangerous being next to a big rig. If they have a blowout, it will absolutely destroy whatever's next to it. I don't know if you've ever seen a big rig tire, 18-wheeler tire blow out on a truck. It's very aggressive, very violent. And I've seen tires absolutely rip off fenders, bumpers, break out windows. If you're directly next to it, just do your best to not get stuck behind, or don't get stuck on the side of an 18-wheeler. Just get in front of it, get behind it. If you don't have enough room to get fully in front of it, just hang back until there is room, and then let it rip and get in front of it. All right, so I'm in lane number 1. I'm not obstructing any traffic right now, which is good, because I want to try to get in front of these 18-wheelers. Safeway here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put my foot into it a little bit. I see road work that's coming up here next 2 miles. I'm going to be anticipating the speed to decrease with that. So there's Waze telling me construction reported right on time. I'm seeing a detour 1 mile. Shoulder is closed. These are all things you need to keep in mind if you have an emergency. That shoulder will not be available to you. As we talked about earlier, you're going to have to just put on your hazards, baby that car through, and try to get to somewhere safe where you can pull off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and kick back over into lane number 2, reduce speed ahead. I'm not passing any more trucks. I was hopefully going to get in front of Fry's here, but it's looking like that's not going to happen, at least right now. So I have no reason to be in lane number 1, kicking back into 2. 65 mile an hour speed zone in construction, so I'm going to slow it on down to 65. And as we see, they're doing it to slow us down. Look, speed limit 55. I'm going to kick it on back down. Now I'm going 60. Slowing on down. This is a 55 mile an hour zone as they have construction, so we're going to maintain that. Brake lights on the truck ahead, they're slowing down as well. We're going to be getting passed left and right by people who are not observing the speed limit. That's fine. Just maintain your lane. Be safe. It's not worth it. Again, as we discussed earlier, fines are doubled in work zones, construction zones. Just don't do it. I see that there's a bump sign here, so I'm going to disengage my cruise control at 55, lifting off the throttle, anticipation for a bump. If it's aggressive or not, we'll see. If that was it was nothing. That's great. Back on cruise control at 55. Let's just hang out here. Plenty of room. Here's another bump. Disengage cruise control. Let's see what it is. Not much. That wasn't that bad. Very good. Back on cruise control. I'm leaving a wide gap here from this truck in front of me. There's no need for me to be up there. All right. Big rig wants over. Signal is on. They made their left lane change. There we go. All right. Speed limit. Back up to 75. Now, I see a truck here broken down. I want to try to give them room. There's a car to my left, so I can't fully do that, but now I have a clear spot doing that. If you see any big rig or any vehicle that's broken down on the right-hand side shoulder, you should get over and give them room. It's extremely dangerous out here. And if you've ever had the unfortunate luck of standing next to a vehicle, your vehicle, on the side of a freeway that's 75, people going 80, 85, maybe even plus, it's extremely scary and dangerous. So any car that's broken down, if you can safely get over to your left into your lane number 1 or lane number 2 if there's 3 lanes, please do so. All right, I see that we're going to have a couple of big rigs here to pass, so I'm going to go ahead and put my foot into it. Let's get us up to speed here. Here I am, 75, 77. I'm going to go ahead and pass Fry's here. There's 79. I'm going to engage cruise control at 79. And let's see here. I want to try to keep my distance from this. What is it? Is that a BMW? I can't really tell. I don't want to get too close, but I also want to get in front of this 18-wheeler, so we're going to go ahead and just maintain that, going 75 currently. I see that there's nobody in front of this truck, so that will be a great spot to get in there and get back over into my lane number 2. BMW, good choice, getting over there. I'm going to keep my cruise control set here at 76. Again, I try to leave a gap, 4 to 5 car lengths at least. The more the merrier. It takes a long time for those trucks to stop, especially when they're fully loaded. So give them plenty of space. Checking my blind spot, I'm making my left-hand lane change. Very good right there. 76, cruise control's on. I've got 14 miles until I have to make some decisions here on my exit, so we're looking good. I'm actually going to give a little bit more distance on this BMW here. Just a little too close for my comfort, so I'm going to back off a little bit. And then pop cruise control back on at 75. Here we are cruising. I-10. As you can see, a lot of things can dynamically change quickly on an interstate. People are moving quick. There's a lot of cars. They can bunch up. You've got debris. You've got cars that are broke down. You've got 18-wheelers out here. This is their main freeway, what they travel throughout, up and down the West Coast and connecting up to the I-5. You know, this is the main artery for goods that travel up and throughout the Southwest. So there's going to be a lot of big rigs here. It's I-10 West. I know I said north earlier. I always think of it north. I always think of it north and south. But it is technically west. Alright, I'm checking the on-ramp here. I'm going to disengage cruise control. These cars aren't going the speed limit exactly, so that's okay, but they're going to signal and come over, or they're going to just come over. That's cool, but we are clear, we're okay, no other cars, so I'm good to stay here. All right, I see this car in front of me, this Toyota, has something on their roof. Trying to avoid some of those potholes and things. They have something on their roof. Now, most people don't pay attention to stuff like this, but I want to bring attention to it. It looks like a mattress, and you can see the front end of it is actually coming up. Listen, folks.
Vehicle stopped on road ahead.
Well, there's our answer. I'm getting over anyway because of that vehicle stopped. But not only that, this load that is secured to the roof of this car, not good. And I see tons of brake lights up ahead. So I'm also going to just fall back. Cruise control is off. I see brake lights. I'm going to tap my brakes. The Toyota Sienna here wants some. I don't trust anybody on how they secure their loads. Here we go. We have a truck broke down. A couple of big rigs here. So we got over. We gave them room. To our mattress here, I don't trust anybody with how they secure their loads, especially on a freeway. This is extremely dangerous. If all we're waiting is for that tie down to snap, and that mattress is going to be airborne. Luckily, our buddy in the Ford here might take that hit. Not me. I know these cars are going to want to get in front of me and just cut me off. I know. I'm trying to get in front of this van, so let's go ahead and do that. It's 65. I'm going 70. That's okay. Let's get in front of this van. If that mattress does not look secure whatsoever. Oh my gosh. It looks like it's going to take off. I'm nervous. I am so nervous. I am so nervous. If you see stuff like that, or you see people who stack their trucks full of stuff, if they're moving and stuff, you see it all in there, just get out of their way. Get out of their way. That is not good. If that thing comes back and hits your car, that's going to cause major damage. All right. We see people getting very impatient and frustrated. This Pontiac in front of us was just kind of weaving around trying to find space. Newsflash, there's no space for you. You can't do it. We have 2 lanes. They're both fully occupied. Look at this guy. Where are you going, bud? Where are you going? That lane? No, not going to happen. Wait for the turn signal. He's going to have to come back over. And then, of course, being over there with a car that's disabled, it's just not smart. Get out of their way. Let them be safe over there and repair their cars. All right, there's a little gap here. Let's see, is he going to shoot around and then go back over? Yes. I knew it. Very much in a hurry. I'm just eliminating myself from that situation. I'm falling back. I know that these lanes are going to break out here. We're going to get an additional lane in probably a half mile here. And then my lane number 1 will become lane number 2. And I'm staying here. I am passing these cars here. There's our breakout. This lane now becomes lane number 2. And I am good to just stay here and maintain my speed. 65 miles an hour. I have cruise control set at 65. All right, we're entering the Phoenix area. Here's the 202 loop interchange. If you hit the 202 here and you head east, that will take you down to Chandler, that will take you down to Gilbert. Further down, it will take you to Queen Creek, Santan Valley, places like that. If you head out west here, it will take you out to the left. You go out to Maricopa. It will take you out to South Phoenix. Take you out to Surprise. Places like that. So we're looking pretty good out here. Traffic, although is a bit heavier than I originally thought it would be, it's not too bad. We haven't been completely stopped on the 10 yet. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but so far so good. A lot of vehicles here coming off of the 202 on this on-ramp, merging onto the 10. I'm in lane 123, looking good. They have plenty of room to get over if they need that. I can just safely stay here and let them move around if needed. Plenty of room in front of me, plenty of room behind me. Everything's looking good. A little wind going on out here. It's kind of blowing me around a little bit. Even though I don't see the trees moving as much, you can definitely feel it. You may even hear it a little bit. Some crosswind. Alright, I'm looking in my rear view. I'm noticing that there's sort of a slight little bunch up here. Cars trying to get around. That's cool. Have absolutely no reason to go anywhere else. I'm still maintaining my speed, maintaining my lane. I'm allowing people on the left and right to get around if they want. Everything's good. I have cruise control set. It's at 66 right now. 65 mile an hour zone. We're looking good. I left early enough. I have plenty of time. I gave myself about a half-hour buffer in case there was traffic, in case there was a detour, road closure. I'm prepared for that. I'm in no hurry whatsoever. Odyssey's getting in front of me. Very good. I see signs up ahead. They're going to be telling us what we're going to be coming up to. There's a big interchange here. This is the I-10 curve. This has been in construction for about 4 years. I think they started it in 2020 actually, and they just recently finished it. And yeah, the I-10 Broadway curve, it was completely redesigned, and to help with the flow of traffic. It's always a madhouse. Okay, I see. If you guys look in the rear view, you see we have our mattress, the Toyota mattress van coming up, hot and heavy, with that mattress about ready to take flight. I'm going to get over, and they're getting back over. I do not want them in front of me. I work so hard to get in front of them. All right, we have a mile and a half to go here. I'm looking for 154B is my exit. We should have signs coming up here telling us where that is. So here we go. Let's take a look here. 154B, there it is. North, 143. That's it. That's what I want. It says it's 1 mile ahead. Says I need to get over one more lane. So I'm going to go ahead and signal, check my blind spot. I see I got a Porsche behind us, but we got plenty of room to do this. I made my lane change. Now I did speed up a little bit to go with the flow here. All right, north 143, 154B exit. This is it. It says straight ahead. This is what I want. Going to maintain my lane. Crossed over some scorched earth back there. That's where we had a barbecue. That's a car that caught on fire. Here's our exit. Stay in my lane here. I'm gonna just follow it right along here. This is all new. It's really, really nice. It's very smooth. I like it a lot. All right, there's an interchange here where cars are coming in. I don't see any cars, so that's good. I know this Prius behind me wants to get moving. I'm going to go ahead and right turn signal and for my intention, make my lane change. It's safe to do so because I know I need to make a right onto Broadway. That's coming up in about a mile. All right, speed limit here is 55. I'm going to go ahead and kick it back down. Right turn signal. I'm going to get into my lane number 3. In anticipation for my exit. There's no need to wait. If it's clear to get over there and you know you have an exit coming up within a mile or two, just get over here, just hang out. Especially if you have room to do so, just safely get over here. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this real-time ride. Boy, I-10, kind of crazy out there, right? I do like showing the 10 there. We'll do more of that for sure. I typically stay off of it if possible. It's more dangerous, but I definitely take it once in a while when I go to different locations out here. Broadway exit here. I have my right turn signal on, letting drivers know my intention. And here comes the exit, taking it on the brakes. Signal's off. I'm going to be going straight through the intersection as we see. Left 2 lanes are left, right lane is right, and this middle lane, lane number 3, is straight only. So we're going to pop right in here and go right on through. It was fun. Yeah, I really like that. There were some exciting moments in there for sure. I think I'll name this one Freeway Mattress. That could be really funny. The Toyota mattress. Did you see that thing? It was like doo, 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 doo. Yeah, don't trust anyone in their tie downs on their loads. You know, it's sketchy out there. 75 miles an hour, that mattress, boy oh boy. Becomes an airfoil. All right, well, thanks for watching. Really enjoyed it. Let me know your feedback, and you know, let me know what you think. Let me know if it's helpful, if you enjoy it, and any feedback for the future. We're gonna keep these coming. All right. Be safe out there. Drive safe. Talk to you later. Bye.